Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick Theriot, and today I have an exciting new video for you guys. Today, I want to discuss why, as you scale and increase your spend, you need to have a bigger audience pool inside of Facebook. So before we get started, make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Let's dive into video, guys. So working with this particular brand, and we're spending a lot of money on this particular brand, roughly 10K a day essentially. And when we came into this brand, they were spending, I don't know, like $1,500, $2,000 a day. So we scaled up their business quite large in that sense right there. And one of the things that me and this particular client had going back and forth on is that as we started to spend more, we started moving to broader audiences. And the client was concerned because the audiences were converting at, I don't know, maybe 10 to 15% less on the profit side compared to, some of the older stuff they were using. So they were concerned about that and were like, hey, Nick, why aren't you using the original audiences we used when we scaled up the brand? And I was like, quite frankly, your audiences are not big enough to sustain the amount of spin you want to spend. So what we did was we ran a test essentially, and we put a bunch of spin on those original audiences that he was testing, or this particular client was testing, and basically kind of built the brand up with, and they destroyed. Like, the CPA was astronomically high and everything. It was like, okay, cool. Completely understand. Agree with you. Like, you're the expert here. And a lot of you guys are now, I know you guys are running in the same situation here where you've kind of built up your business, you start scaling up your ad account and stuff like that, maybe on a lookalike audience, maybe on like a very niched interest, and you scaled up, and you quite frankly, you're hitting that barrier in a sense. And you may need to actually go ahead, instead of testing new creatives and stuff like that, is taking existing best creative and trying a more broader, bigger audience. So in our situation, the two audiences were 2.8 million for one and like 1.2 million for another. Spending $2,000 a day. Acquisition cost was $30 or just under $30. And we scaled up to 10K a day, and the acquisition cost is at like $34. So acquisition cost rose by 10%, but we've also spending 5x. So imagine going 5x your business right now and having a 10% increase in acquisition costs. Could you sustain a business? For this particular client, yes. And as you scale, you will have a higher acquisition cost. It's just normal. It's part of business growth. So in order to try to counter against that, then what we do is we go after broader audiences. So for us, we went from 2.8, 1.1, 1.2, 2.8 million audiences to 33 million pool of audience. And that's how big the potential audience size is. And the way we did that is by literally targeting broad. Now, I don't want to be another person on the internet kind of preaching broad and talking about broad and stuff like that. I definitely think that it's one of those things where, like, you start off you need to work your way to broad, because it gives your account bigger reach, bigger audience pool, to where it gives the Facebook algorithm more opportunities in the market to find you buyers. Now, we also see lower CPMs. We also see, we'll tend to see a lower CPM side, but we also sometimes see a little bit higher of or lower of a CTR. But due to that lower CPM, we see a better, net terms right there. So, but I encourage you guys to go ahead and try some bigger audiences in your account. Try a broad audience. Broad audience is literally just age, location. United States men 25 to 50, depending on what your brand is. Might even just be men, United States 18 plus. So try a broad audience, but then also try some bigger audience. So like, let's say, for example, if you're in the clothing niche, we were, like, you could have like some really like fine-tuned, very niched, like maybe brand oriented interests, like, I don't know, people who like Louis Vuitton or some of those, like, more niche hyper brands, bigger brands that people just not really familiar, like not every person is familiar with, kind of like Louis Vuitton, still a pretty big interest. But you could try something like very general, men's jeans, or just jeans, clothing, some very generalized broad interest, as well as even just testing just a purely broad ad set. And because we're giving the algorithm a bigger audience pool, giving it more opportunities, we can afford to spend more. Now, let me give you guys another example. Let's say, for example, I go ahead and every day I give you this shaker cup full of water. Give you the shaker cup full of water, and I said, hey, I want you to fill up, I want you to pour this water out with the current stuff you have on hand right now, current pots, pans, cups, yada, yada, yada. I want you to fill up. I just want you to pour this out into those pots and pans, and you cannot spill out. Okay. So, you can just go grab like 2 glasses and pour this water into it, or maybe just have 1 big glass. You can pour this water into it. Now, every day, I'm going to give you an extra shaker cup. So day 1 be 1 shaker cup, day 2 be 2 shaker cups, day 3 be 3 shaker cups. Imagine when we get to day 100, you have 100 of these. And with things you have on current hand right now, you can't go out to a store and find new things. With the things currently on hands right now, you have to pour these shaker cups of water into what you have on hand right now, and you cannot spill over. After like day 50, when you have 50 of these shaker cups, like that's a lot of water, okay? And that's kind of what like spin right there. Once you start spending more, eventually you're gonna start spilling over, and spilling over leads to essentially, hey, Facebook can't find any opportunities, so it's spilling over on the acquisition cost front. So imagine if I give you a freaking swimming pool of water, there's no way in hell you even make a dent in it. It'll just pour all over in your house and stuff like that because you don't have enough places to store that water in pots, pans, cups, things like that. So that's how it is with when we going for Facebook, when we're doing that small niche audience. And again, it helps at beginning. Usually at the beginning of an account, first start spending, we find these interests work better than broad. And as we go up, as the algorithm learns more about your customer and who your ideal customer is, we find that broad works better. And it gives us more opportunities in the market to be able to scale and spend more in the marketplace. So this is kind of why, as you start to spend more, you're going to need bigger audiences. And yes, you might have a small increase in acquisition costs, but trust me, if you try to spend 10K a day on, a 2.8 million size audience, you're going to see an even higher acquisition cost because you're spilling over. Same thing with the example I just gave you. You're going to spill over because you simply just don't have enough pots and pans to hold all that water. So that's why you need a bigger audience to be able to really take in all that spin in that sense right there. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you are an e-com business owner and you love to work with me and my team, we currently work for brands doing 50K plus a month. We've helped multiple brands scale to 6 and 7 figures. So love to help you achieve your business goals. Simply click the link below, book a call with me and my team, put together a strategy for your business. You can take it and run with it, or you have the option to work with us if you choose. Now, if you're doing less than 50K a month, stay subscribed to the channel because these videos are engineered to help you and keep you growing your business. So eventually where you will get to a point of us working together if you choose. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, my name is Nick Theriot. Make sure that like button, hit that comment button, and hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.